Good night, this is Fumi Sleepy Time Stories. Tonight's bedtime story is about to begin.
Fix and Fertig had long been a soldier, but when the war came to an end and there was nothing more to do but repeat the same routine every day, he took his leave and decided to become a servant to a great lord. There would be gold-trimmed clothes, plenty of tasks, and always something new. So he set off and arrived at a foreign court. There he saw a gentleman strolling in the garden. Without hesitation, Fix and Fertig stepped up boldly and said, "My lord, I seek service with a noble master. If your majesty yourself is such, all the better. I can do and know all that is needed, whatever is ordered, short or long." The gentleman replied, "Good, my son, I like that. Tell me then, what do I desire right now?" Without answering, Fix and Fertig turned around, ran off, and returned with a pipe and some tobacco. "Well done, my son, you shall be my servant. But now I command you to fetch me Princess Nomini, the most beautiful in the world, for I wish to make her my bride." "Very well," said Fix and Fertig, "that's a small matter. Your majesty will have her soon. Only give me a coach drawn by 6 horses, a personal coachman, footmen, runners, servants, a cook, and a full retinue. For myself, princely garments, and everyone must obey my orders." So off they went. The servants sat in the carriage, and they headed straight to the royal court where the beautiful princess resided. When the paved road ended, they entered open fields and soon reached a great forest, filled with thousands of birds singing gloriously into the blue sky. "Halt! Halt!" cried Fix and Fertig. "Do not disturb the birds. They are praising their creator and will one day help me again. Turn left." The coachman had to steer around the forest. Not long after, they came upon a large field with countless ravens crying out hungrily. "Halt! Halt!" cried Fix and Fertig. "Unhitch one of the lead horses, take it to the field, and kill it so the ravens may feed. I will not have them suffer hunger on my account." Once the ravens were fed, the journey continued until they reached a body of water where a fish was crying out pitifully, "For God's sake, I have no food in this miserable swamp. Place me in flowing water, and I will repay you someday." Before he even finished, Fix and Fertig shouted, "Halt! Halt! Cook, take him in your apron. Coachman, drive to flowing water." Fix and Fertig got out himself and placed the fish in a river, where it joyfully splashed its tail. Fix and Fertig said, "Let the horses run fast now so we can arrive by evening." When they reached the royal city, he went straight to the finest inn. The innkeeper and all the servants came out, greeted him warmly, thinking a foreign king had arrived, though he was only a servant. Fix and Fertig then had himself announced at the royal court, made himself liked, and asked for the princess's hand. "My son," said the king, "many suitors like you have come, but none could fulfill the tasks I set to win my daughter." "Very well," said Fix and Fertig, "only assign me a proper task." The king said, "I have sown a quarter measure of poppy seeds. If you can gather them all back again, not missing a single grain, then the princess shall be yours." "Ha, that's nothing for me," thought Fix and Fertig. He took a measuring scoop, a sack, and some snow-white cloths, went out, and spread the cloths next to the sown field. Not long after, the birds from the forest, whom he had not disturbed earlier, came and carefully picked up the poppy seeds, grain by grain, laying them on the white cloths. When May had gathered all the seeds, Fix and Fertig poured them into the sack, took the scoop under his arm, went to the king, and measured back the exact seeds. He thought the princess would now be his, but he was mistaken. "One more thing, my son," said the king. "My daughter once lost her golden ring. You must bring it back to me before you can marry her." Fix and Fertig didn't worry. "Just show me the water and bridge where the ring was lost, your majesty, and I shall fetch it soon." When brought to the place, he looked down, and the very fish he had rescued swam up, lifted its head, and said, "Wait a moment. A whale has the ring under its fin. I'll fetch it." It soon returned and tossed the ring ashore. Fix and Fertig brought it to the king. But the king said, "Now one last task. In that forest dwells a unicorn who has harmed many. If you can slay it, nothing more shall stand in your way." Again, Fix and Fertig was unbothered and went straight into the forest. There were the ravens he had once fed. They said, "Wait a little longer. The unicorn is asleep, but not yet on its blind side. Once it rolls over, we'll peck out its good eye, and then it will be blind. In its rage, it will run into the trees and stab itself on its horn. Then you can easily kill it." Soon the beast rolled over in its sleep. The raven swooped down and pecked out its sound eye. The unicorn, in pain, leapt up, charged wildly through the forest, and soon impaled itself on a thick oak tree. Fix and Fertig rushed in, chopped off its head, and brought it to the king. At last, the king could no longer refuse his daughter. She was given to Fix and Fertig, who, dressed in full splendor as before, rode with her in the carriage to his master and presented him the lovely princess. He was warmly welcomed, and a magnificent wedding was held. Fix and Fertig was appointed the first minister. Everyone in the company where this tale was told wished to have shared in such fortune. One wanted to be a lady-in-waiting, another a wardrobe maid, one a valet, another a cook, and so on.
The end.